working on here. And sometimes they'll have directions right on the box. Okay, it'll tell you a couple of the tools you're going to need and the different things that you're going to need. You can see over on the side it says temporary supports. They say somewhere temporary supports right here, and I thought they said use a 1x4 here. 2 1x4 temporary support boards, each approximately 32 inches long. Well, I don't have 1x4s. I have that 2x4 that I had an 8-footer, right? I needed 2 feet of it. So you have to, at the store, you get 92 1/4 inch stud or 8 foot long. So I got an 8 foot long, got the 2 foot piece, got two 3 foot pieces left. And I'm going to put that on the side of the opening up there. I'll show you. And it's just going to go to hold that in there. Because if we put it up, you see that? You slide it up. Can you see that, camera woman? Mm-hmm. You slide it up in the opening. Here's the 1x4s, and in my case I'm going to screw some 2x4s up there. Let them overhang the opening, and then this slides up into the opening and then pops down on top of that. Okay? Then that holds the weight in there. Then you can pull it down and screw it all in. Okay? So that's kind of the theory. I'm going to open this up, look at some directions. There might be some directions in here too. And get right back to you. I've got this, and there's a tie, a zip tie here. There's also some zip ties for the directions. Here's a little piece of tape. Before you start cutting anything, I know you don't like to read directions and everything, but sometimes you've got to. Caution, do not remove this tie until instructed. This black tie, I'm not going to do that. I have a feeling that needs to kind of help hold this together when I lift it up there. I've got the directions down in here, and that has zip ties. I'm pretty sure it's okay to cut those. What do you think? Should I cut those?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, look at the directions and stuff. Here's the 2 ends. And we'll get to those later. Don't start trying to figure out everything. I've learned in the past, when you get ready to put these in, not all of them go the exact same way. So I always like to read the directions, okay? So that means I want you to read the directions and acclimate yourself and understand what all is going on before you get all wiggy. Like, what's this for and what's that for and how do I do this? And, you know? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Read the directions. I'm getting grumpy now. I'm getting tired. And this one is not going up exactly how I've put these up before. Okay? This one's trickier. Got to slip it in here. Somebody's got to be up in the attic later to do this. Okay? There's another type where you can put the frame in first, and you take the whole housing, the ladder assembly off on some hooks. Then you can lift this up here, because I'm gonna put these in here like this, okay? And it said 3/8 of an inch away from this edge, and I'm gonna screw that on there. Then I gotta lift this up here and put it on there. All right. So I've already pre-drilled some holes and put some 3-inch screws in here, because it said use a 1x4. Well, I didn't have a 1x4. Remember, I had a 2x4. I'm just using longer screws, and those are going to go up into the truss. Okay, and this is just a piece of backing for right now. We're going to take this out later. Okay. Okay, got one. I've already got some marks here, and it seems to be fairly critical on the measurements. Read your directions. Okay, that's probably enough, but I'm going to go ahead and put these other screws in since I have them. Now, you couldn't do that if you didn't pre-drill your holes I pre-drilled it into the 2x4 first.
Good idea.
Okay.
Ooh, good job.
Now I've got to do that at this far end, and there's an exact measurement that I need. So read your directions. For mine, what was it, 52.5 inches? I better look at that again. It's always good to read your measurements and go over it. I kind of scanned this a few times so that I understood what they were trying to tell me, right? Got to do that. 52.5. Okay, measuring inside has 52.5. Okay, so I'm going to measure over 52.5 inches, get a couple marks up there, and I'll show you what I do next. All right, now I got 52.5. Now on yours, obviously it might be different, but I got to get these exact measurements. So if you don't feel comfortable trying to hold this like this and do this, you just look at 52.5. Look at a point on the ceiling. Get your mark up there like that. Then double check it. And if you're off the line, you can see which way you need to go. And then readjust your line, okay? Did the same thing like that over like this, okay? Because see here, I'm right-handed. How am I going to put that mark over there with my pencil? It's very difficult to do, right? You hold it up there, look at a point at 52.5, keep your eye focused on it, put a mark, double check it, and readjust your line, okay? That's where my next 2x4 support's going to go. Show you how I do that. Got my screws pre-drilled in there again. And I like to use screws. I'm not going to put nails because then I got to pull those back out, right? That's why I like to use my sheetrock screws. I use those for all kinds of stuff. And I can line that up there again, just like I did before. Okay, hold that, screw it in. Hold it on the mark. Okay, there it is. Ooh, that's the next step.